Greetings and welcome to Astro Times today. In today's video, I'm going to speak about the retrogradation of Saturn between the period 29th June to 15th November of 2024 in Aquarius sign. Actually, it is not my original intention to make it this kind of video, but there is a lot of so many people asked me to make one video about this retrogradation of Saturn, so I'm making this video. Usually this retrograde planets are more powerful than the regular planets. So when we are calculating the Shadbala in astrology, these retrograde planets attain this Chestabala. They will be awarded when it is some additional points if they are retrograde, based on the where they are going to be retrograde. Based on that, they will be allotted some extra points. So yeah, contrary to the popular belief, so many people that this retrograde planets will not have any strength, but this retrograde planets will have additional strength. This is the reason they will attain Chestabala in Shadbala. So now Saturn stays in one sign for a period of almost 2.5 years. Saturn, in one way we can say, he is very lethargic. He moves very slowly. To go around this 12 houses of this zodiac, he takes 30 years. So once in a year he goes retro. Okay, this year he is going to be there in a retrograde motion for a period of total 140 days in total. Saturn is going to be in retrograde motion between the period 29th June to 15th November 2024 in Aquarius sign. That too, Saturn is going to be retrograde in Purva Bhadrapada second pada. He is going to turn retrograde in Purva Bhadrapada second pada, and he will be there in retrograde motion till 15th November. And on 15th November he turns direct in Satabhisha Nakshatra. So as an usual practice, 5 days before the turning retrograde and 5 days after turning retrograde, 5 days before turning retrograde, and 5 days turning after turning direct from retrograde motion, Saturn will be in stationary mode. So as of now, today Saturn is actually in stationary mode, Stambhana. Okay, and particularly, some people are asking me whether it is going to affect them, affect every native. See, Saturn is not, this retrogradation of Saturn is not going to affect each and everybody. It is going to affect only some particular signs. What are those signs? I will tell you during the course of this video. Saturn, if at 25 degrees, he oscillates between 25 degrees in Aquarius sign, that is from Purva Bhadrapada to 18 degrees in same Aquarius sign. So Shravana and Purva Bhadrapada. These in these nakshatras, he is going to turn retrograde and turn direct again. If your natal chart is having any planets in this Purva Bhadrapada and Shravana 4, Purva Bhadrapada 2, Shravana 4, Purva Bhadrapada 1 and 2 nakshatras, if your natal chart is having any planets, it can be your Lagna, it can be your Moon, it can be your Saturn, it can be your Venus, whatever it may be. Saturn is going to affect you based on the Karakatvas that are assigned to that particular signs in your natal chart. Say particularly if it is your 7th sign, the Karakatvas of 7th house are going to be affected. If it is your natal first sign, that first sign is going to be affected. If it is your second house Karakattvas are going to be affected. Apart from that, the Karakatvas that were assigned to that particular planet posited between 18 degrees and 25 degrees, those Karakatvas are going to be affected. This is not a unique phenomena for every chart. This is chart specific. So anybody has any doubts, please drop a message and I will clarify your doubts accordingly. I cannot, it is not my original intention to give house-wise predictions here. See, particularly what I want to say, if your Brigabindu, Brigabindu is a sensitive point between your natal moon and Rahu. If your Brigabindu is positioned between 18 degrees and 25 degrees in this Aquarius sign, we can expect some major changes in your life, because Saturn already transited through this Brigabindu once earlier and now he is going to transit again, and again he may transit. Say particularly if Brigabindu is posited at 23 degrees. Now Saturn is at 25 degrees. He will come back to 23 degrees once more. He already traveled to 20 degrees once some time ago. Now he is coming back to 23 degrees and he will move back up to 18 degrees, and again he will come back to this 23 degrees once more after some time. So he is going 3 transits on the same Brigabindu in the same year within a very short span of time. So based on the house where your Brigabindu is posited, those Karakatvas are going to be affected because of this Saturn's retrograde motion. And particularly some signs should be, they have to watch. I don't want to generalize this statement, but some signs are going to be affected if your moon is posited there. If your moon is posited in Aquarius sign, Cancer sign or in Scorpio sign, it may affect you to some extent. To what extent it may affect you, it depends on the transits on that particular date. This is what I am going to tell you. So how I want to close this video is, don't be much panic about this Saturn retrogression. It is very common, as well as it is very common. It happens once in a year. In once in a year, this year Saturn is going to be approximately 140 days. Saturn will be there in retrograde motion every year. Actually, in my opinion, this retrogression of a planet will not really happen, but it is one optical illusion. So we don't have to worry about those things which are really not happening. It's only an optical illusion. So this is I want to tell you. Thank you for watching the video. God bless you all and goodbye.